Yo, 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 yo. What's going, guys? Hooping News Updates, man. This is episode 10 of the Hooping News Updates show, man. And today, I am very excited for this episode, man. And I know it's been a couple days. I tell you the truth, guys, I haven't really feeling that well and shit over the past few days, so that's why I didn't stream. But I feel better today, good enough to stream. So, yeah, we're here. A lot to talk about, man. There's been a lot going on around the NBA. Um, just a lot of shit happening. So yeah, very very ecstatic for the show. Uh, we're gonna talk about the Timberwolves forcing a game 7 tonight's game between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Other trade rumors going on around the NBA right now. Lakers head coaching job, Cavaliers in disarray, and so much more. So yeah, very excited about this episode of the Hoopy News Update show, man. Should be a good one. I mean, I'm feeling really, really good about this episode here today. So let's talk. First of all, let's see if we get some people in here. We still got 0 people in here. Here go YouTube again. Not sending out the notification. That's fine though. Uh, yeah. So let's talk about Denver, Minnesota. Let's talk about that first because that's like the biggest thing going on right now. Um, so Minnesota, they won last night. They forced a game 6. They forced a game 6. They forced a game 7 by winning game 6. They were up by 50 points at one point during that game, and it was a great night for the Timberwolves. To show resiliency to come out and force a game 7, I think it was really like you could give them a lot of credit for playing extremely well because they did. They played good. Let me move this in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, they played really well. And yeah, man, just Minnesota. Edwards came out and set the tempo early. Cat had some good baskets early in that game. Jaden McDaniels played great defense, and mostly they shut down Jamal Murray. I thought that won them the game because yeah, Jamal Murray, I'll be honest with you guys, man. Jamal Murray has not been that good in these playoffs. He really hasn't. It's a little alarming to see, but yeah, Jamal Murray just hasn't been that good. And honestly, though, it is what it is, man. Man, he for Denver to win the championship, I think he got to be a lot better than he's been. You know what I mean? Um, Now, I thought about this over and over and over again. This prediction for the series, because I don't know, I'm just going back and forth because I think, well, this is going to be on record because once I say this, then it's on video. It's on record. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win Game 7, and because I think Minnesota has the better team. I really do. I think Minnesota is better than the Nuggets. I know the Nuggets came back and won 3 straight, and Minnesota won last night. I'm just trying to figure out who has the better overall team. And to be honest with you guys, I just think that Minnesota is a little bit better than Denver. Now, could Denver win Game 7 and the role players play well and Jokic have a big night? Yeah, they can, but I just think Minnesota. What's going on, JT? I just think the better team will end up winning. Be honest with you guys, outright. So I think the Timberwolves will win Game 7. I think they're going to come out and play well, especially after losing 3 in a row and winning last night. Maybe Minnesota did figure something out last night. So yeah, I like the Timberwolves to win Game 7, but I think it'll be a close game. It'll be a great battle, but yeah, give me Minnesota. I think Minnesota wins Game 7. It's just a gut feeling. It wouldn't shock me at all if Denver. It wouldn't shock me at all if Denver won Game 7. Like I said, I think these are evenly matched teams, but I think Minnesota's just slightly better than the Denver Nuggets. So I think the Timberwolves win Game 7. Just yeah, I just really like them to win Game 7. Okay, so now let's move on to the to the next series. Obviously, this is between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. We could talk about that series for a little bit. And here's my read on that. I think Dallas closes them out in Game 6. I think Oklahoma. I'll be honest with you guys. Dallas should have won the series already. Dallas really should have won the series already. To be honest with you guys, because Dallas should have won Game 4. Because I think the Mavericks, the Mavericks missed so many free throws in that game. That's what cost them Game 4. So the fact that they went on the road in Game 5 and destroyed Oklahoma City, that just told me everything I need to know. I think the Dallas Mavericks are just better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think they closed the Thunder out on their home court in Game 6. I think Kyrie continues his strong two-way play. I think Luka plays well. I think guys like Derek Jones Jr., P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, Tim Hardaway Jr. are going to play well at home, and I think they get enough from them role players to win at home. The Thunder are a good team. They are, but they're young. You know what I mean? They're a really, really young team who, quite frankly, they don't have any playoff experience. And honestly, it's normal in NBA history when you look at it for teams to go through struggles and through growing pains before ultimately winning it all. And I think the Oklahoma City Thunder will get there one day. I mean, I think they'll be a contender for years and years to come. But this season, I just like Dallas a little bit better than Oklahoma City. So, because Dallas has slightly a little bit more experience than Oklahoma City does. So, I think off of that and a closeout game, Kyrie Irving's undefeated in closeout games when his team is leading in a series. So, I think they close it out. I really do. I think they wrap the series up tomorrow and win Game 6. Now we'll talk about tonight's series between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Here's my read on it. I think, see, I've been going back and forth this all day because, like, I think both of these teams are both flawed and they're both evenly matched. So I really don't know who's going to win tonight. But I will say this: I think the New York Knicks without Anunoby are way worse with him off the court than they are with him on the court. But Indiana, man, Indiana is just like they're so frustrating because they honestly have the talent, but like, man, there's something off about that team. It's like they're not mature. You know what I mean, like the way they went on the road and got blown out by a Knicks team without Anunoby, it's like, come on, man. I mean, just like last series when they lost to the Bucks in Game 5, when the Bucks didn't have Damian Lillard or Giannis. You know what I mean? The Pacers got some maturing to do, but since they're at home tonight, I think the role players will play better at home. I think Halliburton will have a big game, and I think the Indiana Pacers will win Game 6 and force a Game 7. Now, I don't necessarily think that they win Game 7. I think New York wins Game 7 if it gets there, but for tonight, Indiana at home, role players, Halliburton, because Halliburton's a front runner. He really only plays well at home, to be honest with you. So they're at home. I think they play good, and I think they beat New York tonight and force a Game 7. Even though it wouldn't shock me at all if New York closes out. What's going on boards? But it wouldn't close me out. It wouldn't shock me if New York closed it out tonight because, yeah, I just think that – yeah, the Knicks are good. Pacers are good, but they have flaws. Just like them at home. I really do. And then I think New York wins Game 7. All right, so enough of that. All right, let's talk about the series that just wrapped up between the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the Celtics, they took care of business. They won in 5, which means their guys means everyone gets rest. That buys Porzingis more time to get healthy and get him back on the court. That buys Al Horford time to heal up and rest up because he's older. And the Celtics, man, like I just think that the Celtics right now, if the Celtics play their A game, I don't think there's a team in the league that can beat them 4 times in a series. I'll stand on that. I mean, if I get proven wrong, I get proven wrong. But I'm always going to say that if the Celtics play up to their potential, play up to their standard, because I just look at them and I'm like, okay, you got Drew, D. White, Tatum, Jalen, Al. Porzingis will be coming back sometime during the conference finals. And I just think that, the Celtics, man, I just think they're on a mission. And obviously everyone, wanted to fucking throw, bro, everyone wanted to fucking just go crazy and overreact after the Celtics lost game 2 against Miami, against Cleveland. But what I like about this Celtics team is a maturity. That's what I like about this team. This team has chemistry, continuity, and maturity. Because right after everyone, that whole media said, "Oh, the Celtics ain't shit. The Celtics, whoa, how could they lose to Miami or Cleveland?" You know what the Celtics did? They came right back and stomped Miami and Cleveland 3 games in a row and closed the series out in 5. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And obviously, people are gonna say, "Oh, you should have swept both of them teams." Not when the Miami Heat, not when the Miami Heat shoot like 65% from 3 in one game, and Cleveland and Cleveland shot like 48% from 3 in that game too. Mitchell, bro, we beat Mitchell. We beat the Cavs in Game 3 with Mitchell and LeVert. You know what I mean? Like boards. Come on, man. You actually thought the Cavs had a chance, bro? The Cavs, even them guys were healthy, the outcome would have been the same. It would have been literally the outcome would have been the same. I mean, you know it and I know it. The outcome of that series would have been the same because it would have been. All right, so now let's talk about Cleveland, though. I do want to talk about Cleveland because they got a lot of decisions to make this offseason. There's a lot of turmoil right now around that team. They're likely going to fire J.B. Bickerstaff. I think that's a foregone conclusion that they fired Bickerstaff. Now, the question is, does Donovan Mitchell stay in Cleveland? I think that's the $1 million question. And this is what I would do if I was Donovan Mitchell. This is what I would do. I would stay. And here's why I would stay. Because they're going to offer him a supermax deal. They want to, bro, if you get offered a supermax deal, you sign the supermax deal. There's no way in hell I'm leaving that much money on the table to get traded. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. If I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm signing that contract and staying at least one more year in Cleveland. Because the way I look at it is you get your money, you collect the supermax, and then guess what? A year from now, those same exact teams that want you now, they'll be right there for you next year, wanting you again. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm not turning that money down. I'm not turning that contract down if I'm Donovan Mitchell. Just too much money to turn down. You know what I mean? Because you would take a significant pay cut if you get traded this offseason. And then all of a sudden I think you're ineligible for a supermax deal. And why would you leave that much money off the table? I mean, I just think that'd be ridiculous and just stupidity if Donovan Mitchell left that much money off the table. But here's what could happen if he gets traded. I mean, there's obviously a couple teams that are rumored to be interested in him. I saw the Pelicans. I know that, boards, but it'd still be a pay cut. I know they would. I know they would keep his bird rights, but he would still be taking a pay cut if he got traded. You know what I mean? He wouldn't get as much money if he got traded to a different team. You know what I mean? He wouldn't. So let me give you some teams that are interested in Donovan Mitchell. The Lakers, the Nets, the Rockets, the Pelicans, and I think and am I missing a team? Did I say Brooklyn? I don't know, man. Like, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, like, why the fuck would I want to go to Brooklyn? But I'll mention them anyways, Brooklyn. And maybe the Knicks are get interested too, because the Knicks still got draft capital and they got trade assets in Miami. Yeah. So there's a lot of teams interested in Donovan Mitchell. Now, out of all them teams, which team would I think would benefit the most from getting Donovan Mitchell? I think I hate their guts. I hate the team. But I'll be honest with you, it's the Miami Heat. Because if you're able to add Donovan Mitchell to the Miami Heat with Bam Adebayo, even if you would trade Jimmy Butler, let's just say that, you know what I mean, the Heat don't want to keep all three and they don't want to pay all three a supermax deal or something like that. Then what you can do is you can use the Jimmy Butler to facilitate the Donovan Mitchell trade. So I'm just, man, the Heat, I mean, Highcast, Hero, I'm laughing because there's no way in hell this package should be able to get Donovan Mitchell. It's so fucking horrible. Jovic, Hot Class Jr., and what's our guy's name? Jovic. You know what I mean? And then a first. He said they only got one. Yeah, man. I don't think the Heat. I don't think the Heat have enough. But here's what you guys got to consider, though. Donovan Mitchell has 1 year left on his deal. So if Donovan Mitchell were to ask for a trade out of Cleveland, he would have some power into where like he could go. And maybe he would say, I want to go to Miami. You know what I mean? Maybe he says, I want to go to Brooklyn. Maybe he says, I want to go to the Lakers. Maybe he says, I want to go to Spurs. You know what I mean? Maybe he says he wants to go to Houston. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between having 3 years on your deal and having 1 year on your deal because you have way more power. You have way more boards. You're crazy, boards. But getting back to what I was saying, you have power in deciding where you want to go. And Donovan Mitchell, I think, Mitchell has a lot of cards. Mitchell has cards because like he could really dictate where he goes this offseason. But if I was Mitchell, here's what I'd be telling him if I was his agent. I would tell him like, Mitchell, sign the deal this summer. All right. Play the year out in Cleveland, see what they do, see what roster changes they make, and guess what? If we're still stuck in the same situation in a year from now, then I'm leaving. I mean, then I'm gonna put my trade request in. But you collect the bag, man. You just don't turn down a supermax, bro. I'm sorry, like that's just too much money to turn down. It really is. Like that, if you get traded, that on top of that, you got to take a significant pay cut. It's just like, why am I taking a significant pay cut? You know what I mean? Like why? Why am I taking that big of a pay cut? You know what I mean? And then when I could just sign the contract this summer, get traded next offseason and still have the same amount of teams that are interested in me. Like, why would I do that? Mitchell going to the Spurs, I think that'd be awesome. Him and Wemby would be really good in the West, JT. I think that'd be a great spot for Mitchell. Yeah, it is. Boards, it is the Supermax, bro. They literally say it all over the place. Oh, Don Mitchell's eligible to sign a Supermax deal. I don't know, man. You might be right, boards, but like the cat rules, that shit changes every day, man. I mean, they tweak the rules every fucking day with the salary cap and shit. So, but man, if that, I don't know. I think Mitchell could end up leaving. Wouldn't shock me. But I'm gonna say it again. If I have a Supermax deal at the table, I'm not turning that shit down. I'm not turning a Supermax down. I'm really not, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not turning that down. And then you said talk about Darius Garland. Yeah, let's talk about Darius Garland because Darius Garland has came out and said that he will in fact request a trade. Like basically, there's basically Clutch Sports basically leaked that he's going to request a trade if Donovan Mitchell stays in Cleveland. And I think that's the right move for Darius because I don't think Mitchell and Darius fit well together. I really don't. So I think that is the right move. Now, teams I could see being interested in Darius Garland, New Orleans. I think New Orleans needs a true point guard. I think the Brooklyn Nets could have some interest in Darius Garland. I think the Lakers can have some interest in Darius Garland because he's a clutch client. So I think I could see that as a potential fit. I could see the San Antonio Spurs maybe making a move for Darius Garland. So there's some teams out there that can trade for Garland. Now, what would the packages be? My favorite package is New Orleans because if you could get if Cleveland could get Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans and then you can have Mitchell and Brandon Ingram, I think that's better than Mitchell and Garland. Because hear me out, guys. New Orleans needs a point guard, right? And I think New Orleans got wings that can replace Ingram. I really think that Trey Murphy and Herb Jones can pick up the slack for Brandon Ingram. And if you can get Darius Garland and you can run a lineup of Darius Garland, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and I think they need to move off of Valanciunas. I really do. But if you can get a better big man in Valanciunas at the 5, then you're really, really cooking with something. So I like New Orleans for Garland. I think San Antonio would also be an interesting spot. Now, if I was San Antonio, what would I trade? Maybe you could trade Keldon Johnson and like some other stuff and some picks for Garland. I think that'd be a cool spot. And if Brooklyn, for some like if some reason that the Brooklyn Nets want to be competitive and trade draft picks, maybe you could do a deal centered around like Cam Johnson and and picks or something like that for Garland, or maybe Finley Smith and Cam Johnson and like a first for Garland. But why see like no, I disagree with that, Boards. I think San Antonio would trade for a max. Why wouldn't San Antonio got Victor fucking Wembanyama? Why not try to put as much talent around Victor Wembanyama as possible? I mean, like that. No, man, that's stupid. Because you got guys like DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, fucking Darius Garland. You got guys like that on the trade market. Donovan Mitchell too. Go get a guy like that and put him with Wemby. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a horrible mistake by San Antonio if they don't do that. And plus, San Antonio got they got the 4th overall pick, right? Don't they got like 2 top 6 picks? Don't they got like the 4th and 6th overall pick? So they got ammo to play with. I mean, they really do. So if I'm San Antonio, I'm making that move for a guy like that. I am, because I think San Antonio immediately could be a top team in the West. I know you might laugh at me and say I'm nuts, but I really think they can with Wemby. That's how good I think Wemby is. Yeah, Garland making $40 million. See, Cleveland should never have gave him that contract in the first place. He was never worth that. But here's why I like the Pelicans, because I think Darius Garland is perfect for the Pelicans. Now they would have to trade CJ, and guess what? If I'm New Orleans, I'm dumping CJ. I'm trying to find a team that'll take CJ's contract. You know what I mean, or something. Anyways, so that really doesn't matter to me that much. I mean, but if I could run Garland, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion, pick your 5, I really, really, really think. Yeah, man, I really, really believe in that, and I think New Orleans should be all over that. I do. I think the Pelicans should be all in on trying to get Darius Garland. And then Jared Allen. Yeah, Jared Allen is in trade rumors too. Guys in the chat, what are some Jared Allen trades? Because I think Jared Allen's a good player. He's an all-star, and I think he could really help a lot of teams. And there's another deal for New Orleans. Brandon Ingram for Jared Allen. I think that deal works too for both teams. I really do. I Memphis too. I love Jared Allen in Memphis. I mean, I think Jared Allen in Memphis would be fantastic. I think there's a couple spots for Jared Allen where he could really work. You know what I mean? I like New Orleans because I think if you can add a dynamic point guard like a Trae Young, Murray, or a Garland, or if you get a really good big next to Zion, I think either one of them work, to be honest with you. And I would trade Brandon Ingram for one of them guys, honestly. I would move Ingram for Garland or Jared Allen. But I do like him for Memphis too, Boards. I think that's a good spot. I think the Milwaukee Bucks would be a fascinating spot for Jared Allen, but I don't think the Bucks got enough to trade. I think a team like I guess you could say the Atlanta Hawks, if the Hawks want to like really contend next year. I mean, and not draft a big and like draft like a wing or something. I mean, I really believe that the I think that'd be a good spot, honestly. Man, I got so many people mad with that comment that I made on IG earlier. That's wild. But yeah, listen, man. I think Jared Allen would be a great addition for a lot of teams that need a big. This might sound crazy, but what if the Celtics don't have the set contracts to match a Jared Allen trade? I was gonna say trade Horford and some stuff for Jared Allen, but I know that'll never happen. Imagine our lineup, bro. Can you imagine we would run fucking Holiday, D. White, Tatum, or Jalen, Tatum, Porzingis, and then Jared Allen off the bench with Peyton Pritchard. I know I'm delusional boards, but hey man, it's fantasy trading. I mean, like why not at least speculate on it? Hey Cleveland, you want 45-year-old Al Horford and like 1 first for Jared Allen? Thank you. You want Jordan Walsh? you want Jordan Walsh and Al Horford and a first round pick for Jared Allen? I know, man. JT, that'd be so. Jared Allen would be amazing for our team, like off the bench as a 6-man. But I know that won't happen. I know. I'm just playing around with that. Yeah, but our team, bro, JT, Jared Allen would be on our bench, bro. That's how great our team is. Jared Allen would literally be the 6-man. Hawks talk. I think we talked about the Hawks a good amount last stream. I mean, they should trade. Here's what I would do. I would draft that big from France, number 1 overall. I would trade Trae Young, and I would keep DeJounte Murray, and I would build around Murray and that guy they draft number 1 overall. Hot take, guys. Some of you guys are not going to like to hear this. I think DeJounte Murray's better than Trae Young. I do. I'm not that high on Trae Young. I think DeJounte Murray has a bigger impact on a winning team than Trae Young would. I just don't believe in Trae Young's like defense and shit. Hook up Murray. All right, I'll look that up, boards. No problem. I'll look up DeJounte Murray's stats without Trae Young. No problem. No problem. DeJounte Murray without Trae Young. Dude, he's like putting up fucking great stats, dude. These stats are amazing without Trae Young. But show me game by game. Like, where do I see like the like? I don't know. I'm trying to find the Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, here we go. DeJounte Murray's averaging 25 points a game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds in 35 games for the Hawks in his career without Trae Young. I think DeJounte Murray's better than Trae Young. I do. I think DeJounte Murray on a winning team can be money. I mean, I really believe DeJounte Murray. I've always liked DeJounte Murray. I really have. I always thought DeJounte Murray was really good. And I think that should be a player that teams try to trade for instead of Trae Young. But if I'm Atlanta, I'm trained. Man, I'm moving off Trae Young. I'm moving off Trae Young. I'm getting off Trae Young if I'm Atlanta. Just because I think teams are like diluted in the big name of Trae Young. But if you're actually seriously trying to win a championship, like unlike the Lakers, like then you'd actually like be like very interested in Trae Young if you're actually not serious about winning a championship. But if you're serious about winning a championship, I'm going to get DeJounte Murray. That's who I'm going to get from Atlanta. I'm going to get him, and I'm going to get Clint Capella because I think Clint Capella with a great pick and roll guy could be money too. I think Clint Capella's been underutilized in Atlanta, and I think, yeah, LaVine is forever, bro. Zach LaVine horrible, bro. Zach, what's going on in Detroit? Go ahead, Zach LaVine is horrible, bro. Zach LaVine's never been that good. He's always been. Zach LaVine's like Bradley. You know what he is? He's like a Dollar General version of Bradley Beal. That's what he is. He's a Dollar General version of Bradley Beal. A guy that puts up big stats, but on a losing team. Do you notice how much better the Chicago Bulls got this year whenever Zach LaVine got injured? Like, that's not a coincidence. I mean, how much better Chicago played without Zach LaVine last year. Zach LaVine is a stat stuffer. That's all he is. He's a stat padder. He's not going to make a real impact on a winning team. Thoughts on DeMar saying he wants to come to LA? I mean, DeMar, honestly, as a third option wouldn't be bad for the Lakers. Thank you, Detroit God. Zach LaVine makes no sense for the Lakers. And quite frankly, there's not a lot of teams Zach LaVine makes sense for. 46 Lake. Bro, tell Boards that, Detroit God. Boards the one talking about Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine's horrible. Detroit God. That ain't me. That's Boards, bro. Talk to Boards about that. I don't want LaVine. Or a team should have. Honestly, there's one team that I think Zach LaVine would work on. There's one team. I think the Sacramento Kings could use Zach LaVine because I think they need another explosive guy with De'Aaron Fox. I think that's like the one team that Zach LaVine can actually be good on. To be honest with you, bro, I really believe that. I believe Zach LaVine could actually be good in Sacramento. I want to talk about you, Hoops. I was commenting off of what you were talking about. No, you're good, bro. You're good, Detroit God. You're good. Yeah, but yeah, if I was a contender, I wouldn't touch Zach LaVine. Honestly, you know who I would want if I was a contending team on the Chicago Bulls? I would want Alex Caruso. That's who I would want. Alex Caruso is a menace on defense. That's a guy I would love to have. Him, I think Patrick Williams got some untapped potential. I think Nikola V, because I can't pronounce his last name that good, and I hate butchering last names, so I just call him by his last name initial. Nikola V, I think Nikola V could be really good on some contending teams. DeMar can be good as a third guy. You know what I mean? I really believe that. DeMar could be good as a third option on a lot of teams. So the Bulls have some players that contenders can use. Zach LaVine, yeah, if it ain't like the Sacramento Kings or a team like that, then I don't know, bro. I mean, I just don't believe in LaVine. I'm not a LaVine guy. I'm not a buyer. I don't buy LaVine at all. But yeah. But do I think DeMar? And then you asked Burial Boards about DeMar to the Lakers. Listen, I know you all don't have salary cap space like that, Board. So like, would it be a sign and trade for DeMar? Like, I don't know because maybe guys do have some cap space because if D'Lo declines his player option, and then LeBron is going to decline his option, would DeMar sign a big contract with the Lakers? I know he'd take a pay cut too, but like, would LeBron be willing to take a little pay cut for that to happen though? I mean, like, is LeBron? See, here's the thing with the Lakers. If I'm the Lakers, and LeBron might leave because of it, but I don't care. If I'm the Lakers, because I'm calling LeBron's bluff. I don't think LeBron really wants to leave the Lakers. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to. If I'm the Lakers, I'm asking LeBron to take a little pay cut. I'm asking LeBron to take not a big pay cut, not like a massive pay cut, but I'm asking LeBron to take a little pay cut because I'm going to tell LeBron, be like, do you want to contend for a championship? Do you want to contend for a championship or not? I mean, because if you take this full max contract, this could really hamper our salary cap projections in the future. And then it's going to be hard for us to get a guy in here. And I know they got trade assets. I know they got Reeves and Rui Hachimura and guys like that. But I honestly think LeBron should take a little pay cut. I mean, I'm not saying take a huge pay cut, take like a $10 million pay cut. But can LeBron take like a $5 million pay cut? I mean, I don't think that'd be the worst thing in the world. I mean, I really don't. I don't think LeBron taking like a $5 million pay cut would be like the craziest thing ever. D'Lo's not going to get what he's looking for free agent market. He's got to come running back to the Lakers, which is fine for us because we're going to trade his ass. I don't see D'Lo going back, Detroit God. Like, I don't see it. If I was D'Lo, right, I would want to get the hell out of the lake. I would want to get the hell out of LA if I was D'Lo. If I was D'Lo, there's no way I'm staying there because like I don't think D'Lo's good. I think D'Lo's a negative on a championship team. I was trying to tell Boards that for 2 years now. Boards Man, Boards was calling me all types of names and shit when I was telling him that D'Lo sucked and D'Lo wasn't going to play well in the playoffs. He's like, oh, look at what D'Lo's doing in the regular season. Look at D'Lo in the second half again. In the second half of the season, look at these numbers that D'Lo's putting up. And I told Boards, I said, Boards, just wait. Just wait, Boards. Just wait. He's a negative in the playoffs. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah, man. Once a snitch, always a snitch, bro. Detroit God. You're right about that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm surprised LA welcomed him back with open arms after that. After what he did to I forget the guy's name he snitched on. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm surprised LA wanted him back after that shenanigans he caused. Yeah, Nick Young. Nick Young. The fact that Nick Young and Iggy Azalea were married was crazy. That's a crazy ass marriage in the first place. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Nick Young. Yep. Yeah. So I don't think yeah. Oh, okay. So they weren't married. Okay, so they were engaged. Okay. Okay. But honestly, knowing them two personalities, that marriage probably wouldn't have lasted long anyways. But I'm just being real. I think that marriage, maybe a year, maybe. Shit, maybe it wouldn't even last a year. Maybe it would last like 6 months. But still, man, what D'Lo did was sickening and wrong. I do agree with you there. But D'Lo and Iggy Azalea, or not D'Lo, Nick Young and Iggy Azalea, that shit wasn't gonna last. That'd been like a 6-month to a year marriage at best. I know Detroit God. I understand what D'Lo did was wrong. You're D'Lo was absolutely wrong for what he did. I mean, I'm not saying that D'Lo's a scumbag for what he did. He's a scumbag for what he did. But that I still don't think that marriage would have lasted. Yeah, exactly, Detroit God. I mean that you don't snitch, bro. I agree with you. You don't snitch. I'm a CM Punk. Yeah, I'm a CM Punk fan. Bored? You see all the CM Punk shirts I have? You say I'm a CM Punk Glazer fanboy? I'm not denying it, man. I love CM Punk. I've been there's a lot of bandwagon CM Punk people. There really are. I've been a CM Punk guy since like 2011, since like 2010. I mean, a lot of y'all are just late to the party. I've been here since 2010, loving CM Punk. So that's your Magic got him out. Yep, Magic came in and cleaned up that mess. Detroit God, he did. Yeah, old school straight. Oh, I love Straight Edge Society. CM Punk. I love Straight Edge Society. CM Punk. I hope CM Punk turns heel. I want Punk to be a heel. After he's done feuding with Drew McIntyre, I hope Punk turns heel. That's the CM Punk I want. I want the bad guy CM Punk. That's the best CM Punk. CM Punk being a dickhead asshole, fucking that heel man. That's the CM Punk that I love. Just that guy that's a ruthless heel that just will do anything and insult anybody. Bro, Detroit God, you remember that feud he had with The Undertaker? You remember that when it was like Paul Bearer died and then he went out there and made fun of Paul Bearer and shit? I mean that's the type of heel CM Punk is. That's the heel CM Punk right there, baby. That's a heel. Yep. 4 Horsemen, bro. Yep. 4 Horsemen. Ric Flair, man. NWO, DX. Like, man. That pipe bomb, Detroit God. I am mad that we never got a Stone Cold CM Punk match. I feel like that hopefully Stone Cold's too old. Stone Cold's like 60, but I wish that match would have happened one day. Punk versus Austin's like my everyone says Rock Roman is a dream match today. Punk versus Austin's always been my dream match. I feel like those two would make big money together if they did a feud. Even today, I think people would love it. Yep, The Rock, final boss. Dude, it's amazing how The Rock just came in and like did that, bro. like what The Rock did, the Rock is right. He literally saved WrestleMania. I mean, like I know The Rock was being an asshole about it because he's a heel and shit, but The Rock is right. He literally came in and saved WrestleMania because if The Rock didn't come back, bro, WrestleMania would have been. Oh, I don't think WrestleMania would have been nearly as good without The Rock. Cody's bland, but that's just because they have no major feud for him. Or it's like there's no major story for him right now. I mean, they have to get a marquee feud. You know what I mean? Like, and not only that, hoops now. Yeah, The Rock's on the board at TKO. You know what I mean? So The Rock's gonna be around in the long run. You know what I mean? So The Rock will be back soon. I think The Rock will be back within the next couple of months. I think The Rock will be back on TV. But you're right, Boards. He is bland, and that's not really Cody's fault because Cody needs a major heel. I mean, Cody needs a top flight heel to work with. You know what I mean? That's what he needs. Cody needs that. Cody needs a super villain to go to do a feud with. It'd be a great feud if Randy Orton turned heel, and then you ran Cody versus Randy for a couple months. If you ran Cody versus Randy for like a trilogy, and then Randy turns heel, oh man, that'd be money. That would be money. A Cody versus Orton feud. Oh, sign me up. Sign me up for that. Where Randy just turns into a menace again, and then becomes his menace heel, just attacking Cody, punk kicking Cody. You know what I mean? Kicking Cody in the head. Exactly, Detroit God. Everyone thinks everyone thinks like you got to be great in the ring and have great matches. Yeah, that's a part of it, but what's so great is the storytelling, the promos. You know what I mean? Like you got to have that connection with the audience. I mean, like any average Joe can walk in the ring and have a 4.5-star match. You know what I mean? Like any one of them can. You know what I mean? But can you talk to them? Can you talk on the mic? Can you tell a story? Can you connect with the audience? Because that's the thing. That's why people hate Hulk Hogan with good reason. Because there's a lot to hate about Hulk Hogan. But Hulk Hogan, like in the '80s, was looked at as like a superhero. You know what I mean? Like Hulk Hogan was looked at Hulk Hogan because he connected with the crowd. Hulk connected with that crowd, man. And you could say the same thing about Stone Cold back in the day, The Rock, Undertaker. You know what I mean? Like Batista, Triple H. Them guys just connected with the audience, man. You know what I mean? CM Punk. You know what I mean? Like Roman Reigns, like people call him the GOAT nowadays and shit, but Roman Reigns had a hard time. Yeah, Detroit God, you're right too. Yeah. Who was that? Yeah, and be honest with you, Detroit God, a lot of people in the '80s probably thought wrestling was real. Detroit God, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's fake because some guys do take big bumps in the ring and shit, but like, it's predetermined. You know what I mean? People know who's gonna win and lose the match before the match happens. But yeah, yeah, you're right. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels too, because like I said, you can be the greatest wrestler in the world. You can go and have 5-star matches every week, right? But if you can't talk, you can't connect with the audience, then it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Do you see what happened with Tiffany Stratton? Yeah, I seen it. Some people are calling for her to get fired over it. I think that's ridiculous. I really do. I think that's a bunch of BS. I mean, I think she should apologize for it, but she shouldn't get fired for it or get suspended or anything like that because I think that'd be like pushing it overboard if anything like that were to happen. But yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, what she did. I mean, it was not smart of her to do something like that. But in fairness to her, she did immediately delete the video right after. What probably happened was she probably released the footage, like she probably put on her story, but she didn't hear the audio. I mean, and as soon as she heard the audio from the video, then she deleted it off her story. but she should apologize for it. I do think she should apologize for it, but I think that's it. Oh, that's Omos, Detroit God. That's Omos. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Detroit God. Don't hit enter because what you say will come back to bite you in the ass. So you're right about that. Oh, absolutely, Detroit God. If you get drunk or something like that, and you write some shit on social media, and you're done, bro. You're absolutely right, man. One tweet can really ruin your life. One tweet can ruin your life. All right, let's get back to Oh yeah, Detroit God. You're right, man. I mean, there's a lot of tough guys on social media. There are Detroit God, but it's different energy face to face, though. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right about that, Detroit God. There's a lot of wannabe fake tough guys on the internet. You're absolutely right about that. I'm enjoying the wrestling talk. I think we pretty much covered everything that's happened in the NBA. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're absolutely right, Detroit God. You are fucking Detroit God. Let me give you a wrench, bro. You're like spitting the gospel tonight. Let me give you a wrench. Let me give you a wrench, Detroit God. You earn that wrench. That's for sure. Let me get you a wrench. I, Thank you, Detroit God. I appreciate that, man. I mean, I appreciate that. We would like to invite you over to Lakers in 5 sometime. Huh. Interesting, Detroit God. I'll definitely consider that. Um, yeah, man. I mean, sure. I mean, I'll think about that. I'll think about it. I love see a channel that I'd love to hop on though. It probably won't happen, but man, I listen, dude. A channel I would love to go on is Player's Choice because there's a lot of people on there that I just like. Man, a lot there's a lot of nonsense being said on that channel on Player's Choice. I mean, a lot of nonsense. So they got some clear biases against certain teams and shit, man. I would love I would I would love to go onto that show and then fucking set some people straight. Honestly, someone needs to go in there and set people straight. I think I could be that guy. You're right. There's a lot of LeBron fanboys out there, but there's also a lot of LeBron like fucking people haters that go way off the board too. I mean, like it's all over the place. I mean, LeBron haters and LeBron lovers are both just like absurdly obnoxious. I mean, I'm neutral about LeBron. I don't love LeBron, but I don't hate LeBron. I mean, I'm like in the middle. I mean, I do appreciate LeBron's greatness and what he's done for the league and shit, but I'm not a guy that's gonna sit here and be like, oh, LeBron is the greatest of all time. LeBron is flawless. LeBron makes zero mistakes, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, LeBron's a loser. Like LeBron doesn't make any of his teammates better. LeBron gets his coaches fired. LeBron does this. LeBron does that. I like LeBron. I think LeBron's made some mistakes in his career, but I think LeBron's great. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, LeBron's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh, LeBron is the worst thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Exactly, Detroit God. One thing about my channel is when I go on here live, I'll read everyone's comments. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like this guy that just ignores everyone's comments and be like, oh, well, I don't want to answer this question. Nah, for the most part, if you have something to say in the chat, I'll fucking read it. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, like I'll read your question, answer it. I mean, like I'm not gonna go Hollywood. You know what I mean? I think that's stupid. Why don't I join Twitter? Because like I see Twitter's toxic. That's why, boards. Tell you the truth, Twitter's toxic. It's a toxic. I can't say the fucking word. It's a toxic environment. It really is. It's a toxic environment. I just don't. I don't like some of the shit I see on Twitter. I'll go on there for news and shit like that, but that's about it. Like, ever since Elon Musk took over that app's been going on a downhill spiral. Like shit I see on there every day, and the videos I see on there, and like just all the like inappropriate bullshit I see on there, just makes me sick. Yeah, I know, man. Boards. Yeah, man. I see videos like that all the time on Twitter. I see videos like that all the time. It's sickening what that app has become. It really is. It's really sickening. Exactly, Detroit God. Exactly, bro. Like no one has time for that shit. No one has time for that bullshit. No one got time for that. Let me see what else is being said on let's do the Twitter segment right now where I go on Twitter and read what the NBA reports are. The San Antonio Spurs are favorites to land Darius Garland if Cleveland decides to part ways with him. Spurs plus 325 odds. The Lakers have the second best odds at plus 600. Pelicans have the third best odds at plus 950. The Jazz have the fourth best odds at plus 950. Philadelphia has the fifth best odds at plus 950. Minnesota has the sixth best odds at plus 950. The Orlando Magic have the seventh highest odds at plus 950. I don't know what everyone thinks about this JJ Redick all of a sudden. I think JJ Redick, I don't like JJ Redick for y'all. I really don't. I don't think JJ Redick would be a great fit for you guys. All right, the Lakers have interviewed Bronny James per LA Times. In terms of the draft, the Lakers seem like they'll be the draft floor for Bronny James at pick 55, a player that the team conducted an interview in Chicago, according to sources not authorized to publicly discuss draft strategy. From what I heard, Utah might take Bronny at pick number 32, and from what I'm hearing, Bronny could actually end up being a first round pick because from what I've been hearing, Bronny's been wowing people at the draft combine, not only on the court but off the court and with his interviews and shit with teams. You know, because a lot of people just look at the on the court, like what do you do on the court? A lot of like impact a lot of impact that like sways these teams' minds is like how do you conduct yourself in an interview? You know what I mean? Like how do you present yourself to teams, because a lot of teams are going to be like, okay, this guy's a team player. This guy will do whatever it takes to win. This guy will get better every year. And there's some players that these teams, like when they interview, will be like, okay, this guy is like kind of a me guy, like not really like, you know what I mean? Like he's more interested in like social media views than necessarily getting better at his game. I mean, like teams will look at that. I mean, like you guys got to remember that. Like, there's a lot that goes into these draft decisions. You know what I mean? So, from what I'm hearing, you say I'm an insider. I mean, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm not gonna tell you that, boards. I don't know. I might have my sources. I might not have my sources. I don't know. But all I've been saying is I've been hearing that Bronny's been wowing teams, and that teams are legitimately thinking about taking Bronny either at the beginning second round of the draft or like in the late first round, just because he's been really impressive during the combine. That's just staying what I've heard. You said boards. We got to do better than this. My brother, I've been watching this team since Jamal Wilkins and Bob McAdoo. Oh, yeah, man. You sound like an OG Laker fan. Sam Cassell would be a fucking really good hire for y'all. And I would be really angry as a Celtics fan if Sam Cassell left the Celtics. But that'd be great for y'all. Sam Cassell doesn't get enough credit for the Celtics' success this year. That fucking vet, that grizzly vet that has all that experience, and he's won a championship before. Guys like that are invaluable. They really are. We don't do that here. We are the Lakers. Jeannie needs to let go of the family concept. First thing she needs to do is fire Rambis. Yep, the Rambises are a problem with y'all, Detroit God. I would argue that's like your biggest problem. There's too many like people around Jeannie Buss telling her what she wants to hear and not what she needs to hear. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of people around her that are afraid to like tell her what she actually needs to do with the team. And I think, yeah. Damn, Detroit God. Am I at the combine? Maybe. Maybe I am at the combine. You don't know, boards. Never say never. Hoop, I'll be 50 years old. Yep. September 3rd. It was the 3rd. Oh, okay. So that's when he became a Lakers fan. Well, that's pretty cool. Thoughts on Coach K being a. I'm gonna just assume that you mean consultant. I mean, Coach K though, he's a college coach, right? But I will say with Coach K, he did coach the Olympics, so he probably knows a little bit about LeBron and Anthony Davis and shit like that. So I mean, sure, why not? You know what I mean? Like Coach K is a great basketball mind. He never coached a day in his life in the NBA though, but he's a great basketball mind. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can help the Lakers and shit. But yeah, I just think what the Lakers need to do. The Lakers got a lot to do this offseason. It might be an hour stream conducted to that. Like, what do the Lakers need to do this offseason? Because there's a lot of moves they can make. Because I don't know if they have enough to get Mitchell, to be honest with you. But in fairness, Mitchell does have a lot of power. And Mitchell requests a trade and says, I want to go to the Lakers. Then Cleveland's hands are kind of tied, and they have to trade Mitchell then. No, boards. If you're an old school person, you should know that Papa was a Rolling Stone. you got to laugh at me with that one, Detroit God. That's hilarious, bro. you got to laugh at me with that one. That's funny. So, a report came out from Sam AMICO. I'm just gonna say Sam Amicho Hoops report Donovan Mitchell likely to remain with the Cavaliers. So, certainly this just stirred the pot, and what Woj told Donovan Mitchell, what Donovan Mitchell told Woj yesterday, and then this report came out. Hey, man, I told you, if I'm not Mitchell, man, I'm not turning down that contract. I'm not turning down all that money just to leave the Cavaliers, and I'm sticking out there for 1 year and getting the hell out of there after 1 year if it don't work. And you can easily do that because if you're an NBA player anymore, all you got to do is just snap your fingers and say, "I want to be traded," and they'll trade you. They'll trade you because there's no backbone with these general managers. You know what I mean, with these coaches and these general managers and these owners, and this is a good thing. By the way, I enjoy the players being able to dictate where they go and shit. You know what I mean? But these GMs, these coaches, and these owners, man, these guys don't have a backbone. I mean, they don't. There's no backbone. If you cause enough of a scene and shit like that, like then you'll be able to get out. I mean, you'll be able to request a trade and shit out of from a team. Guys, I think Giannis might request a trade next offseason. Not this offseason, but next offseason. He said, okay, it's just one billionaire's party and it's just one freak off, no Diddy. Oh, speaking of Diddy, y'all see that video that came out on Diddy today? Diddy's done. P. Diddy's done, y'all. Diddy's done. Y'all see that video that came out on Diddy today? Diddy's cooked. P. Diddy's cooked, guys. I mean, to me, P. Diddy was already cooked, but now he's cooked. Like, yeah, he's definitely cooked now. And he said, and so is his son. Yeah, man, they're both cooked, Detroit God. And all Harden had to do was get traded, was get a fat suit. And, yeah, exactly. NBA teams don't have a spine, bro. I mean, that's why anymore you see players sign these Supermax deals, and then 1 year into the Supermax deal, they ask for a trade because they know, okay, I could sign this contract, and guess what? I could still probably get to the team that I want to go to the following offseason. What I think about Wards, I'm not falling for that shit. I bet you $1 million his son flips because nobody wants to go to prison for the rest of their life. We'll see, Detroit God. But that video today, that's gonna be man. Let's see what else. Let me see what else is being said on here. This Twitter app. Lonzo Ball's on the court. He dunked. I'm probably gonna post that on my channel. Good shit to see Lonzo Ball healthy. And a report came out saying that Lonzo Ball feels like he can play next year or something like that. Like he's close to being medically cleared. So I'm excited to see Lonzo Ball back in the court if that's what happens. Anthony Edwards was mic'd up. He said it's going to be the greatest Game 7 of all time. I can't wait for that Game 7. Been healthy his whole career, but his daddy didn't have him out there. I know, bro. I know. LeVar Ball, man. That damn LeVar Ball. You all remember in 2017 how big LeVar Ball was? LeVar Ball was like the biggest like celebrity in the world. Y'all remember that stretch where LeVar Ball was like the most talked about topic like from everybody? Even people that didn't follow sports. Everybody. I swear, bro. Every time I turn the news on, every time I turn like Sports Center on, every time I turn these shows on, they all talked about fucking LeVar Ball. I mean, it was like a fucking like a year stretch where they led off these sports shows with LeVar Ball. You know what I mean? Like it was a dude. Like you said, Paul Pierce IG story. Oh shit! What did Paul Pierce do now? What did Paul Pierce do now? I haven't even seen anything yet. I get boards, so don't tell me. Let me look at Paul Pierce's IG story real quick. Paul Pierce. What's going on with the truth? Oh fuck. Oh, man. Come on, bro. Really? Man. Damn. That was sickening, man. Wow. That was gruesome, boards. Damn. If y'all have Instagram, man, I recommend, dude, go check out Paul Pierce's IG story, man. That's wild. That man, that his finger, dude, his finger was like split wide open. That was wild. That's gruesome. That's ugh, ugh, man, that's horrible. Holy, holy, you know what? Yeah, don't look, bro. JT, don't look at Paul Pierce IG story, bro. I'm telling you. You say you're eating, bro. If you don't want, listen, man. If you don't want to get sick to your stomach, do not. And I repeat, do not go look at Paul Pierce's IG story, bro. That shit, that man. If you have a sensitive stomach or anything like that, don't, do not. And I repeat, do not look at Paul Pierce's IG story. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at that. Don't look at that story. That's wild. Anything else? Did we cover everything? Let's see. Oh, okay. So there's a few more. Okay. Um, and JJ Redick. Yeah, you know what? I can cover him real quick, but let me read this report first, and we'll get back to JJ Redick. The Raptors are preparing to trade Bruce Brown this offseason. The Lakers and Knicks were two teams that were aggressively pursuing Bruce Brown at the trade deadline. Expect plenty of contenders willing to offer their first round pick for Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown on contender, like if I'm a championship team, I'm trying to go get Bruce Brown. I think that'd be a great move. OC% here. I would love that Bruce Brown. He's from Boston, so like obviously there's probably some interest for him to come home. But here's the thing, JT, Bruce Brown's making like $20 million, so that trade ain't realistic. Like I wish, because I like Bruce Brown and I think he'd be great on the Celtics, but yeah. OC% for Bruce Brown is wild though. And Monty Williams may be a can. Okay, let's talk about the Lakers coaching situation since you want to talk about it. I'll talk about it for a couple minutes. Um, here's I've said this in like 3 or 4 streams now, but here's, by the way, this is the 10th episode. Man, we made 10 episodes of this show so far. I mean, I'm really liking the progress of this show, of this Hooping News Update show. By the way, I just want to point that out real quick. But let's get back to this. So, I said this like in the past few streams about the Lakers coaching situation. If I was the Lakers, here's the 3 guys I would hire, and 4, but I know they won't hire him. But I'll say his name anyway. Mark Jackson. That's a guy they won't hire, but I think he should get serious consideration for the job, because Mark Jackson deserves a second chance to be a head coach in this league, and I don't understand why a team hasn't given him a second shot. But they're not going to hire him. I just want to say his name real quick. I like Terry Stotts. Terry Stotts got the most out of that Portland team when he didn't have that much talent. I know he had Dame and CJ, but Terry Stotts got that Portland team to the second round into the conference finals a couple different times. So I think Terry Stotts be good for that team. I like Ty Lue, but I think Ty Lue's going to stay with the Clippers, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'd be amazing with the Lakers. And I think I did say Coach Bud, but Coach Bud already got hired by the Suns. So I'm going to say Sam Cassell. But I think Sam Cassell is going to, I don't know. They might hire Sam Cassell, but who knows? Oh, Kenny Atkinson. Yeah, that's right, JT. That's the other name for the Lakers. I think that'd be a good move for the Lakers, too, if they hired Kenny Atkinson. Dave Alderman to hold a second interview in LA. Isn't he Denver's assistant? So, yeah, that wouldn't be bad for the Lakers either. Nah, see, like Detroit God though, but why do you see? Here's the thing, right? If I was y'all, I would be so angry at the Lakers if I hired it's a inexperienced head coach. I think the Lakers need a veteran coach. I really do. I think the Lakers need a guy that's proven because like you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? You're trying to win right now. You're trying to win a championship. Go get a guy like they got Frank Vogel because Frank Vogel had coaching experience before, and he got the Indiana Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals and shit. Go hire a guy that has like either that's done it before or has experience. So like, just don't hire a rookie head coach. Detroit guy, you know LeBron would never do that because LeBron is all about his reputation. You know what I mean? Like LeBron would never sign up for that. Detroit God. Like LeBron cares too much about his reputation to do that. I really in his PR and his shit. Like I don't LeBron will never sign up to do that. I don't think I just don't think LeBron. I think LeBron's ego wouldn't allow him to do that. Detroit God. I think LeBron's ego is too big for him to do something like that. I don't think because one thing about LeBron. If he wins, LeBron gets all the credit. If he loses, it's all the coach's fault. Right? So, let's just say this LeBron doesn't have an out if he loses. If LeBron loses, he doesn't have an out if he's the player's coach. So, I'm just going to give it to you like that. There's no out for LeBron. And then LeBron gets all the criticism and all the smoke from everyone. At least if LeBron hires a face, aka a head coach, that means LeBron would have an out. Be like, oh yeah, this guy's rotations suck. This guy's lineups are not good. This guy's this guy's that. I mean, and Darvin Ham was horrible. So boards and all you Laker fans and shit like that. Before you say, oh, but Darvin Ham sucked. I agree with you. Darvin Ham did suck, but still he got most of the blame. I'm just saying. It's like every LeBron coach. Like back in Cleveland, Ty Lue got the blame. David Black got the blame. Y'all know early in LeBron's early Miami career, he tried getting Spoelstra fired. He tried getting Eric freaking Spoelstra fired. I mean, Eric Spoelstra is now like looked at as the best coach in the NBA. Can you imagine if fucking LeBron would have got Eric Spoelstra fired early in his Miami career? It was like 15 games into his I think Dwayne Wade said it. I think Dwayne Wade said no boards no. Dwayne Wade was the one that said that. Dwayne Wade confirmed that story to be true that LeBron didn't want Spoelstra. Dwayne Wade said that LeBron was trying to get Pat Riley to coach the team. Who are you gonna believe? You gonna believe Pat Riley, who's a GM and and GMs always blow smoke up your what every time, or are you gonna believe Dwayne Wade? And by the way, Dwayne Wade is like LeBron's like I don't know if they're still I don't know if that's still his best friend, but I think they're still good friends. So like, are you gonna believe Dwayne Wade or are you gonna believe Pat Riley boards? I'll believe Dwayne Wade on that. Dwayne Wade went on. It was like a year ago or 2 years ago or something like that. Dwayne Wade went on an interview and said, "Yeah, that story's true. LeBron tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired." LeBron and Wade aren't close anymore. Shit. To be honest with you guys, I wouldn't want to be close to Dwayne Wade either. That's just me though, and I'm not. And it's not the time or place for that. But yeah, there's a lot wrong with Dwayne Wade. But I'll just leave that for another time. Yeah, exactly. Detroit. No, bro. I just don't. It's not just because of that. Boards. There's just a lot. There's something off about Dwayne Wade. That's all I'm gonna say. There's something off about Dwayne Wade. I don't want to get into it. I really don't. He said there's a lot of Detroit God. You're hilarious. Yeah, man. He is a snake. I get boards. Like Dwayne Wade is not a guy that Dwayne Wade doesn't have many ethics. I'll just put it to you like that. There's no ethics with Dwayne Wade. I mean, Dwayne Wade's fake. That's what he is. He's a fake. He is. It's the way he operates. It's the way he moves. Yeah, it's alleged, and I know it's alleged, but like still, I just don't like the way Dwayne Wade moves, man. Yeah, but yeah, that's crazy, Detroit God. That you said that's crazy, Detroit God. They try to get Spoelstra. They try to get Spoelstra fired not once but twice. I know Wade said he could try to get him fired once. When was the other time LeBron tried getting him fired? Because I know LeBron. I know Dwayne Wade said that LeBron tried to get Spoelstra fired at one time, but there was a third. So, but he tried to get him fired twice. And then in Cleveland, I think before he left, I think he got a couple coaches fired in Cleveland too. I think he had I think he had Mike Brown as the head coach in Cleveland, and I think he had Paul Silas. I don't think Paul Silas and LeBron got along that well. I don't know. I don't know what the relationship was like between him and Mike Brown back when he was on Cleveland the first time. Mike Brown, Mike Brown was not good back then. I mean, I think Mike Brown did coach them to the NBA Finals. I get boards. And by the way, LeBron gets all the credit for that 07 team. He deserves a lot of credit. But but I think it's so insulting when everyone says, "Oh, LeBron played with G League players." No, he didn't, man. I mean, no, he didn't, because you don't get to the NBA Finals without help. You know what I mean? Like dude, he had an all-star big man with him. Big Z. I think that's his nickname, Big Z. El Scalkis or something like that. You know what I mean? That was his last name. LeBron literally had an all-star big man with him. I mean, like, yeah, was it one of the worst teams to ever make the finals? Yeah, but like to say that, oh, it was LeBron and scrubs. No, it wasn't. I mean, and Mike Brown got them to the finals. So LeBron played like nine. I'd say like LeBron had like 95% to do with them getting to the finals. The other five, I'd say, it was Big Z and fucking and Mike Brown. You know what I mean? So the fact that uh, you don't get to the finals if you play with scrubs. I'll say that. You don't get to the NBA finals especially, dude. Think about the teams he beat. He beat the Detroit Pistons, right? I gotta go look and see who LeBron beat in the playoffs that year. I know he beat the Pistons. He didn't get a game on the Spurs though. He got swept by the Spurs. Didn't he face the Wizards in like the first round? I think it was the Wizards in the first round, and then the second round it was Detroit, and then the third round was it Miami? Was it I gotta look this up and who the '07 Cavs played in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think they got Detroit in the second round. Yeah, Pistons were up 3-1. Yeah, I think they were. You're right. But in '07, who did they play in '07? I got I got I gotta look it up. I gotta look this up. No, I know they played the Spurs in the finals, boys. Who did they play in the Eastern Conference Finals? Because correct me if I'm wrong. They played the Wizards, led by Gilbert Arenas, in the first round. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the Wizards in the first, and it was the Detroit Pistons in the second round. And then they played another team in the third round. I forget what team it was though. And then they got swept by the Spurs in the finals. Yeah, Skip Bayless, Detroit God. That's who came up with those nicknames for him, Detroit God. Skip Bayless. Bro, do you believe Skip Bayless made like a 30 year career out of hating LeBron James? Like, do y'all believe that? Skip Bayless has made millions of dollars off of hating off of LeBron James. That's a special type of hater right there. Skip Bayless is low-key a LeBron fan. It's low-key. And that's in the second round. The Wizards made the conference finals? When the fuck did the Wizards make the conference finals? They faced the See, that wasn't Detroit in the first round. The Pistons were still really good back then. Detroit was a high seed. There's no way Cleveland and Detroit faced each other in the first round. I mean, like I think you got it backwards. I think the Wizards were in the first round, the Pistons were in the second round, and then New Jersey was in the conference finals. I could be wrong about that, but I have a hard time believing that Detroit and Cleveland played each other in the first round. Yeah, okay, boards. Yeah, that sounds about right. But man, Skip Bayless, bro, really made millions of dollars off of hating off of LeBron James for like 20 years. I think Skip Bayless is more of a LeBron fan than lover, or a LeBron fan than hater, to be honest with you guys. That was the year that Dirk beat him? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, 2011. That's why I know I said earlier in the stream, that's why I said I'm not a LeBron hater. That's why I'll never have LeBron as my GOAT. That meltdown he had against the Mavericks, literally, to me, LeBron lost every ounce of credibility in the Michael Jordan debate whenever he had that flame out against the Dallas Mavericks. He had fucking the best team, right, in the league. They were hyped up. He said he was not going to win, not 3, not 4, not 5. He literally said the Miami Heat were going to win like 6 championships. I think it was, right? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. Bro, the way he lost that series against Dallas, I'll say this. Michael Jordan would have never, and I mean ever, went out that sad in the NBA Finals. It never would have happened. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Michael Jordan never, ever, 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 ever would have went out that sad in the NBA Finals. And he said near with Magic, yeah. See, a lot of people calling LeBron the GOAT. A lot of them people are guys that never watched Michael Jordan ever play basketball. I mean, a lot of them guys never watched Jordan. A lot of them guys never watched Jordan play basketball before. That say that LeBron's the GOAT. I recommend. I know I'm young. I know. I wasn't around in the 90s, but you know what I did? I watched a lot of Michael Jordan's full games. Go watch the way Michael Jordan dominated a basketball game. Greatest of all time. Exactly, Detroit God. You can love her. You can hate Michael Jordan. You can love Michael Jordan. You can't deny Michael Jordan's greatness. And LeBron is greatness too. I'm not saying LeBron doesn't have greatness, but LeBron has had too many. He's had too many flameouts in his career for him to be considered the GOAT. To me. Yeah, boards. I know, and it's not. You sent me one of Antonio Brown's CT ESPN videos. LeBron does not have a killer instinct. I don't think he does. Maybe say now, yeah. Shit, I think you're right, man. I don't think LeBron does have a killer instinct. He's hit some game winners, but yeah, he don't have that killer instinct like Mike had. And then Kobe, here, see, here's the thing with Kobe. Kobe also did have some flameouts too, right? Like Kobe in 06 blew that 3-1 lead to the Suns. You know what I mean? And then he didn't shoot the ball and get in that game 7. Like with Kobe, see, that's why I don't put Kobe on Mike's level either, because there's some moments that Kobe had that are just unforgivable, just like LeBron had. You know what I mean? Like the way Kobe Bryant choked against the Phoenix Suns, right? That 06 series, man. Go back and watch that game 7 between the Phoenix Suns and the LA Lakers in 06. Kobe Bryant wasn't even looking at the basket, man. I mean, Kobe Bryant played like he didn't want to be there. And you could say, oh, Kobe was making an example and showing that he played with scrubs and shit. And you're probably right. Kobe didn't have great teammates back then before they got Pau Gasol and guys like that. He didn't have great teams, but like, man, stop. Like, if Kobe, you would think Kobe the guy would be like, okay, I'm going to lose. If I'm going to lose, I'm going down and I'm shooting like 50 shots. I mean, like, I'm taking 50 field goals. Like, if I'm going down swinging. I mean, Kobe didn't even try going down swinging in that series. I mean, you're the one that says Bill Russell, Kobe, Braun. I gotta make a top 10 list. That might be my next stream or the stream after. I'm gonna really think long and hard about my top 10 all the time. I'm gonna think long and hard about it. I am. I'm gonna say it on here. So look forward to that. My top 10 players in NBA history. I can't wait. Yeah, you're right, Detroit God. You're right. But in fairness, too, one thing about Kobe. Kobe also didn't win a championship until they got Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol is so underrated. Pau Gasol doesn't get enough credit for how good he was. Like when I see these most skilled big man talks and all this shit, I'm like, where's Pau Gasol? Pau Gasol is like, dude. Pau Gasol was so skilled. He was, dude. Like, I would argue Shaq is easily the greatest player that Kobe Bryant ever played. Shaq is easily the greatest player that Kobe ever played with. I think Pau Gasol, let me think. Yeah, I think Pau Gasol is the second best player that Kobe ever played with. Yeah. I think Pau Gasol is number 2 on Kobe teammates. I really do. Because Pau and Kobe just worked so well together. And soon as Pau got there, Lakers, NBA Finals. Okay, they lost to the Celtics. Lakers, NBA Finals. They won the championship. Lakers, NBA Finals. They won the NBA championship. Literally, Pau Gasol, his first 3 years with the Lakers in the NBA Finals. And won 2 out of 3. Pau Gasol doesn't get enough credit. That's all I'm going to say. Pau Gasol does not get enough credit for how good he is. Man. All right, man. I think that's a wrap on today's stream, man. I had a blast, man. I'm having more and more fun with these streams, man. So, yeah, man. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Let me just guys think about this stream, man. I'll be back with episode 11 in the next few days. All right, buddy. Peace.